Home is where the heart is. Whoever said that was dead wrong. Home isn't some magical, special place. It's just a word. You think that if you say it, it'll mean something, like the word no, but I don't know that I've ever had a place I could call home. He left me a message, but I've been too nervous to listen to it. He might just be giving me directions. He might be telling me just to forget the whole thing and not come at all. Whatever the case, I don't think I'm ready to hear his voice yet. It's like I'm going up a roller coaster, listening to the gears ratchet into place as we climb that first big hill. And you can pretend all you want, but the truth is you're still going to shriek as gravity lets you go and your stomach turns over on itself. I know this, but I hold my breath anyway. He always told me I'm a stubborn one.
Hi, I'm Vanessa McGowan-Horrocks. I am the director of Her Tragedy.
And my name is Brenna Erickson. I am the production manager for Her Tragedy, and together we are two of the writers of the script. Her Tragedy is a character-driven drama about a young woman named Riley and the only place she has ever called home. She lived with an enigmatic brother and sister in her early college years where she became entangled in a web of deception and self-loathing.
She learned what it meant to be an object of desire and what it means to truly desire someone. In one whirlwind evening, her grasp on perceptions crumbled away, leaving behind only the ugly truth which she found herself unable to face.
Stripped of her sense of self, she flees to the city, cutting ties with the place she called home. Years later, though the pain is dulled, she has endured damage to her psyche.
And finally, she must return to mend the broken promise that she knows to be the key to her own redemption.
We've set the budget for Her Tragedy at $10,000.
This may sound like a lot, but on a Hollywood set, $10,000 is just the sushi budget.
We've made 4 other feature-length films on a shoestring budget.
So we know how to make every penny count. That being said, here are the 10 reasons why you should give Her Tragedy $10,000.
The first reason is gas. We need to get the South Carolinians to Minnesota and from us in Minneapolis out to set.
2, equipment. We do have a lot of our own equipment, but there's a couple things we think could really enhance this project.
3, crew. We've assembled a really great team of talented and dedicated folks, and we'd really like to pay them for their time and loyalty to the project.
4, we have the best possible cast, and a lot of them are giving up a lot of time for rehearsals and to be on set during that week. We'd like to compensate them for their time and dedication.
5 is costumes. Nick has put together some really great sketches for the film, and we'd really like to bring his vision to life.
6 is our props and set decorations. We're working in some beautiful locations, and we want some key set pieces to bring out the atmosphere in each location.
7, catering. Actors run on sandwiches and coffee.
8 is our music. Every film can be improved by a great soundtrack. We've been in touch with a really talented band, and we'd like to pay them for their time and their compositions.
9 is art. One of the characters in the film is an artist, and we'd like to hire a freelance artist to provide sketches and paintings to the film.
10 is that we have a really great story to tell you, and with $10,000 we believe we can tell that story in the best way possible.
And that is why you should give Her Tragedy
$10,000!
And I'm hoping that we can kind of like use them, so this like Eastern-Western fusion kind of thing, to our advantage in this piece. It's going to look visually different than I think what you go into a film expecting. There's going to be lots of colors, lots of fragmented light, lots of textures, lots of awesomeness, but the root of it, I mean, my southern style definitely comes through, and I've got to tweak that a little bit to make it work in Minnesota, but I think it'll be okay. But there's a softness and a roughness to that cinema tradition that I would really like to bring. And so it's interesting because you got like the hyper high polished extreme close-ups coming from Japan, and then you've got like these long beautiful kind of little bit shaky, rough, rugged, raw southern style kind of underneath it. And I've tried to blend those over time, and I'm getting to a point where I'm getting pretty comfortable with having all those different influences and balancing them, and knowing when it's appropriate to use a close-up and when it's not. So basically, there's going to be 5 of us South Carolinians jammed into a little Liberty Jeep and driving 20 hours to Minnesota to be in this piece.
Hi, I'm Nick and I'm the costume designer for Her Tragedy. In that regards, additional funds can help us create a higher level of finish for these garments. We will make them one way or another. We're a very thrifty group of people, but with high fashion, stronger fabrics with better shines and better looks and better drapes really does pay off in the end. There's also 52 costumes in this script, all of which we need to either purchase, find, or make, and with that many costumes, any extra addition to funds allows us to find something that's not just good, but is perfect for our design and for our general concept of the script.
And she has a relationship to Riley, the main character. It's a very close one, and it's a relationship that gets tested throughout the film. It has been amazing. I haven't done anything quite like this before, so it's very exciting for me to be able to work with a very wonderful group of people. Even acting and non-acting, it's been phenomenal. Wow. Well, I don't think. Well, I couldn't. I could never leave Adrian.
You are the worst. How could you? How could you just throw him away like that?
Riley, come on. Don't be like that.
Genuine feeling of connection with her because of their past. And
right, so you guys, this he's interpreting as love. And that what he truly wants from Evelyn is a feeling that she desires him, or that connection can be more.
So I hear you're living here now?
Yeah, this is my housewarming.
This 50-page script may not look like much, but it has a lot of weight. It's so complicated, you need a map to navigate it. Her Tragedy explores some really intense psychological themes. You have characters exploring gender roles and sexuality in a really fluid way. You have sort of exploring this definition between family relationships, friendship relationships, and romantic and sexual relationships. And you have characters going through really dark things like abuse. And so as filmmakers, it was really important to us to handle these things in a really sensitive, respectful, and accurate way. We've been talking with a psychologist about sort of how to portray these things the most accurately, you know, how the characters would really react in these situations, and also drawing from some classic literature that explores the same ideas. Tennessee Williams has been a big inspiration, some old fairy tales, and so it's our goal really specifically to explore these things in a non-glamorous and a non-sexualized way. We've assembled a really amazing crew who has really strong ideas about how to bring these ideas to life and really visualize them within the storytelling. And then also we have an amazing cast, each of whom brings something really special to their character as they explore these sort of existential crises they're going through. And so in that way, Her Tragedy is really a collaborative exploration of these themes within the framework of a coming-of-age tale.
Every penny you donate will go to make this a better film.